Everyone, it's Elder here. Today I wanted to review this military issue duffel bag, or as we called it in the Marines, our sea bag. All right, this thing is basically served as our traveling suitcase. All right, so you want to talk, while I was in the Marine Corps, you want to talk about durability. You're kind of looking at it, right? This one was actually issued to me in Paris Island when I went to boot camp in the Marine Corps. It has been with me ever since. I have a few other ones, but for the purpose of this demo or review, I wanted to go ahead and use the original one so you could see what kind of wear and tear it's gotten over the last few decades, and still serviceable, still good to go. So let me go ahead and go over a few of the specs here. We have a carrying handle or carrying strap here. Once again, stitching, all military spec. So obviously the durability. Have a little pocket here, right, to stage any incidentals that you need. Once again, there's also, you can carry it as a backpack with these two back straps. Once again, super high quality, great stitching, durability, metal's good to go, as you know, by the age of this actual sea bag. As far as cinching it down, okay, we have this here in the front that I actually have it secured right now. But if we were to open it up, right, you could tell there's just a ton of room in there to just keep stuffing stuff. All right, since it is a bag, it'll form, so you can kind of just keep squeezing stuff in there. And as far as securing it, okay, you have this little loop here, okay, that we are going to get the grommets and just seal them through. Once again, this isn't a waterproof bag, but it is water resistant. So you could use a waterproof bag inside of this one, which is kind of what we used to do with our Willie Peter bags. And once again, start cinching this down. The fact that it isn't waterproof, even though it's heavy duty canvas, make sure that you keep everything pretty unfolded, so to speak. So as you're doing this, make sure you take extra time to just make sure that everything is cinched in there and nice and straight. All right, because the more crevices that you're going to have in here, the easier the water is going to be able to get in there, or snow or mud, so on and so forth. All right, and then you just go ahead and cinch that down, and you're pretty secured. To add another feature, like we would have to, you would take a lock, go ahead and put it on top here from this loop, and go ahead and secure that down. Once again, we would use the combination locks on here, which are a little thinner, but for the purpose of this review, you get what I'm trying to show here. Now, just like every other piece of gear, we need to decide, okay, is this worth it, or is this something that I would add to my go bag or survival kit? Once again, only you can decide that depending on what your needs are. So different applications that I would use this for, because this is about 2.2 pounds, I think is what it's listed at as. Keep in mind that I will put the detailed specs in the blog post. So if you do want that, make sure you check out the blog. But as far as applications that I've used it for over the years, once again, even still for traveling and with the airports and with all this crazy baggage fees and things like that, the good thing about this is you can just stuff it. Once again, only weighs 2 pounds, so it's not going to contribute to your carry-on weight that everybody's so a stickler for these days, as far as the airlines and TSA and so on and so forth. So the fact that you could just keep stuff in here, all right, so that it's easier to fit into these compartments, is still a good choice. I mean, you see military guys all the time at the airport with this, and former military people, because they trusted it through the military. And once again, for the other reasons that I gave you for travel-wise, as far as convenience, it's definitely a valid choice still for traveling, as opposed to a bulky suitcase or a carry-on bag. Okay, once again, this could easily be used as a bug-out bag itself, or a survival kit, all right? You could carry it on your back. It's durable. It's lightweight, all right? So just another purpose that you can utilize that for. Another thing would be for storage, all right? When we're out, let's say even in a camping situation, I like to have these type of bags to store, let's say, rope or extra tarps, or, I mean, you name it. Because then what happens is once you do get back into the field, or once you do get into the field and, let's say, unload all the gear that you have in here that you're going to be utilizing for that particular camping trip or outing or trek or whatever, you can go ahead and still have this for multi-purpose. We will hang these in the field and use them for weapon application. All right, so sort of like a heavy bag. So you can use it for striking. I mean, just think, fill it up with ponchos, fill it up with your poncho liner, fill it up with clothes, hang it from a tree, and you're good to go to just practice your skills. Once again, something that's very practical because you're going to have it with you in the field. It's not something extra that you need to think about. So for the purposes of Natural Training Center, since we do focus on combatives, it's something that is definitely valid, or a valid reason for me to definitely add this to my gear, which of course I do, but in case you were thinking about it. The other thing that I like to utilize this for, and have utilized this for, is a bear bag. So we're out in the field, the critters want to go ahead and attack our food, and anything that smells different, even toothpaste, deodorant, things like that. So at night, to keep the critters away, even the cat or raccoons and things like that that are just annoying, we'll go ahead, put our food and smelly stuff in here, hang it from a tree, and it's good to go, because it also is durable. All right, so it's not something that's rubber or plastic. Then with one strike of those claws, from anything, even just a raccoon, they're going to get to your gear, and now you lost your bag and you lost your food. And when I'm out in the field with our Natural Training Center members, we'll end up using this and filling it up with sandbags, let's say, or anything like that, so that we could utilize it as a workout tool. So many people are spending extra money on this gear that's designed for sandbags, where you can actually, okay, this is not the practical sandbag that I would put in there unless you have a bunch of these, but even just sandbags that you would buy at the big box stores like Home Depot and Lowe's. You could throw a few of them in here, even for home purposes, for working out, and you're good to go, and probably saved yourself $100 on buying a sandbag, let's say a canvas sandbag holder, or you know, the outer shell that so many people are selling out there, and they're good quality and everything like that. But now you can pick this thing up for multi-purposes that I just named, and then on top of it, still being able to being a great tool that you can use for your physical fitness preparedness. So in finishing up this review, hopefully I give you enough ideas that you can utilize, or see if this is something that that is meant for you to add to your gear, especially your personal gear. The price is very inexpensive, once again, for what you're getting and comparable to what's out there. And, you know,